from our Kahawai curry. Full fish in his stomach, like this.
Nice warm sun on your bum. You see, this is such a beautiful bay I never been to in New Zealand, I think.
Well, good morning everybody. Today we got a pretty cool little adventure planned. Today we're going to the Tennyson Inlet, a place here in the Marlborough Sounds we have never been before. We've been to most places, but not the Tennyson Inlet. And this looks like a really cool spot for fishing. The problem here is that we cannot take our caravan. It's a very windy road, and for that reason we're going to leave our caravan behind and take the tent for one night with us to camp in this place. If it's not too windy, we're going to take the boat and go to a really nice boat camping spot. If not, we're going to go to a dock campsite that we can drive to with our car and stay there, the Harvey Bay DOC campsite. So let's go, guys. It's going to be an exciting one. Currently we are parked up here at the NZMCA park in Koromiko. That is about halfway between Picton and Blenheim. A really cool little NZMCA park to base yourself, to do a bit of exploration of this part of the Marlborough Sounds. So the plan is to first head over to Blenheim, get a bit of extra supplies, then drive straight to the Tennyson Inlet with our Ranger. Well, the diesel has gotten quite expensive. Driving to the Tennyson Inlet there and back, it's about 200 kilometers. It will cost us around about $40 to drive there and back. It's not too bad, I suppose, for an adventure. Quickly got to get a bit of salt ice from the Henderson's fishing shop here in Blenheim. They're really good and well stocked in case we catch some big ones. Such a beautiful summer day today, and we are just about to hit the turnoff to Okiwi Bay. So it says here, not suitable for light towing vehicles. That's why we didn't take the caravan out here, because it says so on the dock campsite as well. But yeah, I don't know. What does it even mean? Not suitable for light towing vehicles. I believe lots of people tow their boats there because there's boat ramp and everything. Isn't towing a boat a light towing vehicle? Not so sure what actually counts as a light towing vehicle here. It's pretty steep here and narrow in places. I even have to swallow because I got the pressure on my ear. Alright everybody, we made it to the top of the hill. It wasn't too bad actually. We've towed our caravan over a much worse road than that, and on top of that there were gravel. This is all sealed. Check out the view that we got here from the top. This is where we're going. Right in this valley that you can see there, this is the dock campsite where we're going, the Harvey Bay DOC campsite. And there is the Tennyson Inlet, guys. Isn't that stunning? Like around the corner over there is Elaine Bay. There's a little island in the middle. And I actually wanted to go to a dock campsite on that side with a boat. But because it's really windy, we might not be able to do that. So we have to set ourselves up at the drive-in campsite down there. Also, I don't know if it's just me or is it my sunglasses. Everything looks so extremely green at the moment here.
Guys, it's beginning of December, around 1 p.m. We have seen only one single car so far. Very quiet road here on Monday.
Alright everybody, we arrived at the Harvey Bay DOC campsite. It's pretty basic. There are not even any tables here. Let's have a quick coffee now, and then we're gonna drive straight down to the Tennyson Inlet and have a look if we can actually launch the boat. It's not much wind right here, right? The mission is on a mission to find the bench around here and see if we also have some water maybe. Oh, look at that! We got a bench there. Register here. So we can use our dock camping pass here, which is pretty good. Yeah, we got some water as well, which is quite important because we did not bring any water. We only brought our water filter. That's a nice place to camp here by that bench. Actually a really nice campsite. When I drove in there I was a little bit disappointed because it looks a little bit bleak, but looking at this area it looks actually really nice. Beautiful little stream here behind the campsite as well. Boiled egg.
Tastes like boiled egg, huh?
Well, I finally found my camping burner again. It was buried somewhere in the depths of the caravan. It's a warehouse butane burner. And here's the gas bottle. Our friend is already here as well, waiting for food. That's a pretty cool product to take along when you go camping. You can just squeeze it in your coffee, right?
Human trace in this remote campsite.
We're not the first people here. It's like my rubbish from this there.
Ah, I know you were here before.
Yeah? Okay, I got the same one, but I think I put mine in the car.
Take your rubbish too. The civilization.
Got a new pet already. What should we name him?
Naughty Wacky.
Naughty Wacky?
Never goes away.
Alright, that was a nice little lunch. Let's go and explore the area a little bit and see if we can launch our boat.
I forgot how to rein it in. I know exactly what to say to it. If you could think like you always did, I would have never walked away from this.
Oh gosh. Here is a problem.
Alright, glad we can drive 100 kilometers per hour again after that construction site. Great road for driving that speed. Imagine you zoom around here with 100 kilometers per hour. Well, guys, when I looked up the place earlier, it said actually World's End on the map, and here's the World's End Road. But what surprises me the most is that they are in such a remote area. You know, it's so difficult to get here that there's such a fairly large settlement, and seems like people actually live here. It's not only batches. Yeah, quite surprising. So if you want to get away from it all, I suppose, then it's a great place to have a little house here. Well guys, this here is the Tennyson Inlet, the actual World's End, and we just arrived here at the boat ramp, and isn't it amazing how tidy it looks here and how well organized the boat ramp is for such an area. We got a trailer boat parking area, we got a car parking area. Everything is nicely organized, signposted, and there's a nice wharf here as well. It's pretty cool actually. Who would have thought such an area exists here in the middle of nowhere, right? Well, check that out. Isn't that a cool jetty here? Absolutely stunning scenery out here, guys. Check this out. The sound here. Wow. Woohoo! It's a little bit windy, but it's actually not as bad as I thought. We might be able to get the boat out here. There's no shop at all. So that would be cool. Isn't that exciting, Asian? Do a bit of fishing right away. Yeah! Oh, hear that? The gusts coming. Woohoo! Well, I just realized that I've got another eyelet missing here on my rod. This rod is like 20 years old, so I think it's about time to give the old Berkeley drop shot IM6 soft bait rod retirement and replace it with something a little bit newer. Yeah, those little clips, they're called Ginny clips, and you can get them from hunting and fishing or from any fishing store. We love using them because it's so easy to, once you tie them on, to just exchange your lures. We're going to be lure fishing today because we don't want to catch any sharks or anything. So we're going to be using our metal lures, Grim Reapers. Got a couple of soft baits as well that I might chuck out if nothing bites, but we won't be using bait. But anyway, those genie clips, I can highly recommend to use them. I think we're ready to go now finally after setting up everything.
The same goes for you, it goes for me. We fell in love and wow.
That's actually a really nice boat ramp here. Super well maintained, super easy to launch a boat.
The same goes for you, it goes for me. I don't know about you, darling, but I play for keeps.
Alright, we're pretty low tech today. I didn't even bring a fish finder, but there's some gannets diving around us here. A little bit far to see, but they're just going down there. There's another one diving, so there must be something in the water here. Maybe a kahawai or so, maybe some snapper. So we're just gonna drift around here. We didn't even go far from the boat ramp. It's just around the corner over there. But let's do a bit of fishing around here, see what happens.
What? Right?
Sort of tangling your way. There's an island straight out there that looks pretty good, and I had a look at the marine charts earlier. If you're looking for some free marine charts, check out the wetmaps.co.nz website. They have a nice interface for the free marine charts for that is provided by LINZ, the New Zealand government agency.
Well, you first have to download the fishingreminder.com.
Yeah, of course. You know it, fishingreminder.com, right? Is our website. I'm a software developer. I develop all this stuff myself to help us catch more fish, right? And help you to catch more fish. It's got bite times, tide times. We got some spot information as well in there. And we got some fishing weather forecast, including now we also have the wave height and swell height, things like that. So marine chart data in there, so which is really handy to know.
And also you can upload your great catches on our website to brag a little bit.
Yeah, and that way you also help us out a little bit. If you upload your photos and share the website with your friends or share it on Facebook, leave some comments on the website, you also help us a little bit because that is how we make our money. It's a lot of work to maintain and to develop this website for me. Like when I'm not fishing here, I'm sitting in the caravan working on the computer, and Haitian is editing the videos, so we're working pretty much more than full time. So yeah, if you like what we're doing, then you can support us, of course, by sharing your photos on the website and leaving some comments and sharing the website around as well, and of course our YouTube channel. I think we potter out a little bit to that island. The good thing is the wind's coming from this way, so we can't really get in trouble. We come back with the wind, so let's go into a little bit deeper water by that island, Haitian. Well, out here in the open, it's definitely a little bit swellier, so we don't go all the way to the island. Maybe we're just gonna be pottering around here a little bit. Let's drop the line, Haitian. Let's see how deep it is.
Drifting around too much, I don't know how deep could this be, you know?
A bit of swell, but it's not too bad. Not even white caps yet, so
Oh yeah.
Haitian's got something while we were
Nice
trolling
bite.
here.
Not a big bite. Woo!
Oh, you lost him. Just trolling along. Feels a little bit heavier. What is it? Is it a kahawai? It's going deep though.
No.
Kahawai is normally going a little bit.
Maybe go not.
What is happening here now?
Woo!
Can only be a kahawai, I think, from the trolling. The line was really far out. Oh.
Big biter.
That's what they always like to do it.
Yes, bro.
I should do that too.
Wow,
Why?
come on, man.
He doesn't want to give up.
Yes.
Oh, he's a big boy.
So fat. Unbelievably fat. Wow. Look at that. Almost round.
There, we got ourselves a kingfish-sized kahawai.
Very good fish. Well catch here, Mark. Ooh.
On the Grim Reaper, nice big fat kahawai.
Wow.
He's very fat, eh?
It's round. That's amazing.
Oh, that's-
I want to catch a big one like that too. Another catch big one.
Oh!
Oosh.
Just about to give up here and just set like one last cast here by the edge. And what happened is when the last cast started reeling in basically, and a Kahawai followed and grabbed the lure. This one is a little bit smaller. Oi, it's a jumper.
Yeah, come on! What? Oh yeah! Yeah. You okay? Look at it.
Another really good one, good sized one. I think we might keep a second one and then.
What?
Check it out, nice
Second.
one. Another second Kahawai. We were just stuck and a little bit, but we managed to get out. But whoops,
I got something.
we got something on.
Kahawai.
Oh, broke off. Because the drake's too high.
I'm completely wet now. Look at that. All the water in here.
Yeah, that was amazing. Like super swell just in the moment when we got stuck, when we had the Kahawai on, when we tried to get unstuck. And now we lost that. Damn it. A little bit of water on deck. It's kept swapping over the front. That's the thing with the open bow. The only problem is if it's choppy, too much weight in the front, then you get the water swapping over the front and you end up with water in the boat. Now we'll run out through our drain plug here. Once we start moving and the front comes up, then it will just sort of all run out. So it's not a huge deal, but yeah, with a closed bow, you probably don't have that problem. But most of the water has drained out now while we were motoring along, so it goes really quick here. Because the boat comes up in the front and you just got the right angle and everything drains, self-draining. Yeah, it's definitely a lot windier than when we started. From my experience, it's always like also a thing with a high tide, right? Much windier than in low tide. I don't know if you guys have that experience as well. Something with tides and wind. Something goes together there with a high tide. What in the world are you doing there?
I'm trying my bum. Towards the way sun comes. At the same time, trolling my lure.
Well, that is a new technique, bum drying and trolling the lure. The new trolling position.
Then if I get fish, then boom. That's my plan.
Well, just make sure you don't accidentally take a pee.
Take a poop. Bravo.
Oh, I got bite. I got one.
I can see fish. Marco only has the best luck today. You're a Kahawai man today.
I didn't even do anything. I was just trolling, filming Asian's bum.
Oh yeah.
Must be a lot of Kahawai in the water at the moment here.
Another monster Kahawai. Why are you so big? Why are you so big? Whoa. You have to go home.
Although he swallowed the lure pretty deeply here, so I don't know if we can get him out. Swallowed the lure all the way down there. Well, we got the lure out, but he's bleeding, so now we're gonna have to keep him. Yeah, unfortunately we have to keep this one. I was gonna not keep another one, but he swallowed the hook a little bit too deep into the gills and is starting to bleed out of the gills now. I don't think he's gonna survive, so yep. Well, luckily, once again, we got the salt ice with it. I like to hold the Kahawai in the water while I bleed it out so that the blood doesn't coagulate. If you keep it in the boat, it will stop bleeding earlier than it would otherwise.
Yeah. You stop catching Kahawai, man.
Yeah.
Huh?
No more Kahawai. Now we got one to eat and two that I'm gonna make my German Kahawai dish with. I've been waiting actually to catch a couple nice Kahawai for that. Lots of birds over there now. Gonna motor over there and have a look. We don't want to catch any more Kahawai. We got enough now. We just want to see if we can catch anything on the bottom. We're having a few casts here close by the rocks on the way back to the jetty. Strange though, not even a spotty or anything on the bottom. Just the Kahawai in the bay at the moment. Look at that. The fat Kahawai, the first one we got, the really fat one, he had like a whole fish in his stomach, like this. I don't know what kind of fish that is. It looks like a Kahawai as well. But there's actually a second one in there. Look, the stomach is full.
Really? Oh my god. Greedy bugger.
Second one. And the third one.
Wow, that's bigger one even. Wow, full.
Yeah, 3 of them in there. That's why it was so fat. Alright, no more luck with the bottom fishing. Kahawai have moved back out, and we're happy we got the 3 big kahawai. We're going to go back to the boat ramp now, pack up with the kahawai on ice, and then we're going to go back to the campsite to set up. What a beautiful day out. I mean, this place is just stunning. It's so beautiful out here. Unbelievable. Why haven't we come here earlier? Eh? And I bet at times the snapper fishing is really good here too, just not today.
And we are the only 2 people fishing here in this bay.
Yeah.
No one fishes here.
Yeah. Doesn't quite fit with the head on. It's too big, so the heads have to come off. Alright, we're back at the campsite. Haitian's gotten a little bit cold there on the boat in the end. Are you so cold now?
Wet feet whole time. And then my leggings was wet.
Haitian only brought 1 leggings with her and got wet on the boat, and now it is a very cold. Suddenly the wind's blowing. The tent here we bought last winter, it's the Kiwi Weka 3 tent. It's got really good reviews, Kiwi Weka 3.
We are not affiliated to this. We bought it via our own money.
Our tent is set up. It looks a little bit weird. I don't know. Is it supposed to look that weird? I never know with those tents, especially if you don't use them that often. Did we set that up properly? It's standing and it should do for the night.
I make bed inside.
You go inside and then you can warm up in the sleeping bag.
How do you like our nice cozy tent here, guys? So I've got the mat, inflatable mat from Macpac. We bought this last year and used only once so far. It's sleeping in it. The same we bought this like 20 years ago when we started to travel together. This is Mark's stinky sleeping bag. He had this one when I met him very first time in 2006. I hope it's not gonna be so cold. I actually have my summer sleeping bag for extra warmth for our feet. These are our blow up pillows and clothes completely. Oops. I show you. I have sleeping inlet. Inlet is the same like a Tennyson Inlet. A sleeping bag. Ah, how nice it is. And then have a nice fish curry for dinner. Mark is cooking fish curry at the moment.
Alright, I'm gonna prepare the fish. I'm planning to fillet the kahawai. I have a nice little curry sauce that I brought, so gonna make curry kahawai. So that's gonna be a nice dinner. Alright, so the recipe is pretty simple. I diced the kahawai. So the plan is to just fry it with a bit of butter. And then we're gonna just pour our curry sauce on top of it. I think that's gonna be yummy. And we gotta have a little bit of bread with it. We didn't bring rice, so we'll have some sourdough bread with it. That's the plan for dinner now. Ooh. Yeah, that tastes good. Alright, here we go. Dinner is served.
Oh, so windy. Bloody hell.
I also gave a nice generous amount of chili with it, so it's actually nice and spicy.
What kind of a curry is this?
It's supposed to be korma. Korma Kahawai curry, like 1.5 fillet Kahawai.
Where's the half fillet? Fish curry.
That's a very good, easy to make camp recipe actually. Everything comes pre-mixed with these curry pouches there. No big glass or anything to take care of as rubbish, and actually tastes really good. Tastes like authentic Indian curry, I would say. Amazingly, there is a reception here at this campsite. On the comments it said there's absolutely nada, nothing, but we got a super fast internet connection on our mobile phones here, amazingly. And guess what it says for tonight? Rain at midnight. Bloody hell. The sky looks a little bit ominous over there. Let's hope the forecast is wrong, as it always is. Well, everybody, it's getting dark. Time to go to bed, and we'll see you tomorrow. Well, good morning. Forecast wasn't wrong. It was raining cats and dogs last night, and pretty annoyingly in the middle of the night, right when the rain started, I had to go and take a pee. Murphy's Law. But the tent's been holding up pretty good and kept us dry all night. What I like about sleeping in a tent is that it gets you right back to the basics, right, and makes you appreciate what you have. Like when you travel in a caravan, for example, we get so used to all the comforts, but you get used to it and then you don't appreciate it anymore. Of course, it's also very enjoyable because you're so close to nature. What I realized last night in the tent is sleeping so close to the ground, having only this thin fabric separating us from the surroundings, makes you really connected to the nature, right? You feel like you're in the nature much more, you're much more exposed, you can hear the sounds of the bush a lot more, right? The sounds of the night and the whistling of the wind, the raindrops falling down on the tent, so you can really appreciate the nature, I think, a lot more than when you're in a caravan. And I love it. I love being outdoors and being so close and sort of surrounded by nature. Amazingly, we even had one more camper showing up tonight. There's another traveler camped up in a station wagon right next to the toilets. But besides that, the campsite is huge and empty as. Some funny sounds coming out of the tent there.
First, I tried. Morning. Was it raining overnight?
Did you sleep well?
It's okay.
Your breakfast is ready. The whole army has arrived this morning, circling us. Now let me quickly show you one of the purchases that I haven't regretted in my life so far, and which I find really useful for camping. As you can see, the water here in this campsite from that tap is really dirty, and of course it says boil before you drink, like on any other dog campsite as well. Even if you boil it, it's not the best water to use, right? You got like lots of stuff in there. It's probably just pumped up from some little stream somewhere or something. So what I really like to do here, Flextail here sent me this shower, but it's not only a shower, it's basically a pump that you can charge with USB, pump water through it. So, and I use it quite a lot in combination with my live straw here. Let me show you how I do it. So the cool thing about this Flextail pump here is that It has its own little pump and is USB rechargeable. It's got a little bit of a USB thing here. It's got its own battery built in, so you don't have to muck around with any plugging it in at any 12-volt battery or whatever. And it's got like a little bit of a waterproof casing so that you can then submerge it in the water. And then of course it is intended to be a shower, so it's got a shower head, but you don't have to use it. You can just remove the end where the shower normally clips into. And then I have this little sort of adapter hose from the warehouse, right? I plug that little piece in here. It sort of fits right into this hose. The flex tail hose is too flexible and a little bit too wide for the life straw. So the life straw is a water filter that filters down to 0.1 micron and filters out pretty much any bacteria. And that clips easily into that little clip-on adapter on the life straw. There we go, here's my setup. The sand goes into the flex tail hose. So now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna turn the flex tail on. Requires 2 pushes here. 1, 2. Starts running. Submerge that. Water's coming out here. Push that in here, and there we get some clean water coming out here. The flex tail has a second setting where I can make it a little bit faster if I push once more. There we go.
Look at this water. It's very clear compared to the original source here. It's murky. Wow.
Alright, let's have a zip. Tastes better than the Kiwi Blue original water. It's nice mineral water, I think, up from the mountains, and now it's filtered and super clean. Good stuff. Filtered.
Original from the shop.
Original, filtered. Original, filtered. Clear as. Alright, this morning, before we head back to Blenheim, we're going to go and check out the second spot here at the Tennyson Inlet, and that is Duncan Bay, I think. It looks like it's a little bit further away from everything, from the deeper water and so, but it seems also to be the more popular spot, so not so sure why that is. That's what we're going to find out now, though.
High clouds drifting away, leaving those shadows under. First step out of the maze, follow the path and wander.
Alright everybody, this here is the Duncan Bay boat ramp. There's actually this whole car park here. It says trailer boat parking only, or trailer parking only, so I don't think it would matter because no one's here, maybe in summer. But actually, it's a nice boat ramp here. It's definitely a lot more sheltered and shallow around here. I think we're gonna take the boat in here and then we're gonna just putter around those little bays and islands a little bit and see what we can do there. Maybe some snapper are close in rather than further out where we were fishing yesterday. Well, it's another absolutely stunning spot here at the Tennyson Inlet. It's just so beautiful. I just can't get over it. And peaceful as well. The water is so nice and sheltered around here at Duncan Bay. A lot more sheltered because those headlands, they prevent most of the wind blowing in here. It's already quite windy here in the morning. It's like, what, 10 o'clock?
Yes, guys, this is such a beautiful bay I ever been to in New Zealand, I think. It's really beautiful here.
The watercolor is also really nice around here.
All fears run clear,
Nice fishing boat.
living with no regret. Scale high, in stride, we don't have to look back.
Hopefully not a shark.
Got something finally. It was so quiet. What is it? Spiny dog?
It's not like a snapper.
No? Maybe a gurnard? Is it heavy?
Oh, it's shaky. I think it's a spiny dog. Huh?
Got a fish.
Oh, shark!
Oh, is it?
Woo.
Oh, it's another spiny dog here. Well, we decided to put a little piece of bait on at the end of Haitian's lure. And she was worried to catch a spiny dog. And promptly, what have we got? Spiny dog. Alright, spiny dog. Real pain in the ass to release those on a boat. But we'll give it our best try. Need a bit of a tool for that. See if we can grab the hook.
Hey, don't focus. It is fine. Oh, good job.
There we go. He was hooked on the assist hook, not even on the bait hook, amazingly. He was hooked here. That is strange, eh?
It's stupid, I think.
Woohoo! We're both managing to plane. We're planing. Can you believe it? The two of us and everything in the boat. We are on a plane. Well, we found ourselves a little bay with a few oysters. So now we're going to collect a couple more oysters for lunch. We didn't bring the tools, so we gotta have to hammer them up. What's that dirt come from there?
Like a pool.
Ah, must have come from my shoes, eh? From my Crocs. There's a nice big one here. Not many big ones, but this one is pretty decent. Well, the fishing here was not good. The bottom fishing, besides the spiny dog, which we didn't want, just got a couple of nibbles from those spotties. They were just nibbling away on my bait, which was a bit annoying. But the bottom fishing completely dead here. I don't know what's going on.
How many oysters can we fit in this small little pot here? What we have here? We just don't have a choking knife, so we just want to put these oysters in this small pot to steam, so we can eat, because they're gonna open from this heat. So I think this is
An egg for me?
or I can fit here. Just can you close this for me?
Slightly bigger one.
Yum.
They taste nice.
Toast.
Not way smaller than the ones we had just recently, but taste nice. I gonna develop a taste for steamed oysters. Oyster chucking without a chucking knife.
My noodles in. Noodles are cooking nicely. Oyster time. 1, 2. Cover it. And then I have my sprout, make it more luxurious. Oyster noodles. Yay!
So I'm not a big fan of those 2-minute Korean noodles there, or any 2-minute noodles. It just gives me a weird crampy stomach when I eat those ones. But I want to try this one here for a change. Wati's soup of the day, kumara, with smoky chorizo and chili. So let's give that a try.
I haven't had this foam like 6 months.
Jeez, it's hot. Let's try the Wati's soup. Is it gonna be good? It's not too bad actually, but it's got this typical instant taste to it. But it's okay. It tastes a little bit like kumara and smoky bacon, so good camping food, I think.
You might actually eat this thing.
Alright everybody, we are about to head back into civilization. I hope you enjoyed our camping and fishing adventure. This time a little bit of a different type with a tent and everything in that remote area of the Tennyson Inlet. We just wanted to show you something a little bit different, what we also really enjoy doing, camping with a tent and going back to the basics. And a final word from Haitian Park.
There was a superb camping here. Peaceful.
Peace out.
Peace off.
So if you enjoyed this episode, make sure you give us a like and subscribe, of course, if you want to see more of this type of content. And yeah, we see you in the next episode. Stay tuned, guys. See you soon.